I do have a boot camp story here from Rick. And he says, I am 66 now, number 513
on
the list. All right. I always love to see these guys coming back with some stories. Story that actually occurred when I was at RTC Orlando, 1978. We had a real joker in our training unit that all of us loved and admired. The weird thing is that his whole name was 2 first names. We didn't know which was which. Was it Dan Ray or Ray Dan? We never figured it out. And by the way, he was ginger. No soul. About 3 weeks into training, the DIs were getting into the abusive language spiel to break us down, to build us up into the cohesive team that boot camp does. Our DI had us all at attention in front of our racks in the barracks for inspection, to finding everything wrong and then insulting the recruit for the tiniest infraction. Then he got to Ray, or Dan. I didn't know what to call him. The berating went like this. Ray, looks like you have a cum stain in your dungarees. Is that a cum stain I see in your dungarees? Sir, no, sir. Looks like a cum stain to me, recruit Ray. Sir, no, sir. I think it's a cum stain, Ray. Sir, no, sir. Ray, you some kind of faggot? I think you're a faggot. You trying to destroy my beloved Navy? Sir, no, sir. How do you know you're not a bundle of sticks, Ray? Sir, I sucked a dick once. Didn't like it, sir.
Oh, no. No.
You get thrown out for that. 78.
No.
Out for that.
Well,
wow.
No one had ever heard a response like that, including the drill instructor. He did a right face and marched immediately into his office, leaving us at attention.
To laugh his ass off. Listen.
No.
The assistant DI was in there, and a moment later, there were muffled guffaws for about 5 minutes.
They were laughing their fucking balls off because they do that to fuck with you.
Yeah.
Because it's all a big game in the beginning. You're like, oh, wow, I really am fucked up. I don't know how to roll my socks. And then I had like this guy in the platoon that's like, hey, Pop, everyth's fucked up. We're all fucked up. You'll never did anything right. So when they come and they yell at you,
I don't know whether to give him a homo suspicion point or call him a legend. He came out about 10 minutes later, and we all had to do cycles for the next 30 to get the laughter out of our systems.
So they smoked the entire bay.
They did.
I like it. That's how you handle that.
Oh, shit.
So my mechanic son told me a joke that's similar to that. He said, this guy says, hey, when I turn 70 for my birthday, I'm going to suck a dick. And I'm like, why are you going to suck a dick when you turn 70? Well, in case I like it, I don't want to spend my entire life as a cocksucker.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
That is just... All right, come on, wait, we got to throw this one back up here. God. Oh, what are Sarge and Bob? What are the 2 funniest drill instructor scenarios that you have personally seen?
Oh my God. Well, yeah, this is a really long setup, but I report to basic. Now I got all kinds of G2. I talked to like 5 or 6 guys, and like, you show up with one bag. It's about this big. It'll have a small towel, toothpaste, toothbrush, maybe some extra socks, and like 1 set of like additional clothes and underwear. That is it. So I'm like, okay. So literally I got my 1 bag, and we're on the truck. There's like a couple of these guys, like 2 or 3 fucking bags. So Stu's got this huge fucking suitcase. And I'm like, oh, you guys are fucked.
Oh no.
And literally the drill sergeant like, dump your shit. And I dump my little bag. They walk by. They're like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Why don't you have more stuff? And I'm like, that was just what I was told to bring. All right. And they turned in, and literally they're like, you don't need this. You don't need that. Yeah, there's checkered underwear. There's red, right? I mean, there's all kinds of shit. Dude's got a bag trying to catch it. There's like clouds of soap powder. Fuck your soap powder. I mean, it was such a clusterfuck. And I was laughing so fucking hard. They smoked the dick shit out of me, man. Like, is there some funny here, Pop? Oh, yeah, you Pop. Yeah, where are you from? Where are you from? Let me get out. Don't say nothing. Let me guess. You're from L.A. No.
No.
All right, hang on. You're from Chicago. No, drill sergeant. All right, one more. You're from Detroit. Yes, drill sergeant. I fucking knew it. Get against the wall. Hold that fucking duffel bag over your head. I'm like, and I was there for like 30 fucking minutes. And this is like when you first show up, you don't understand. It's just a fucking game.
Yeah.
It takes 3 or 4 weeks to realize, like, wait a minute. I'm 18. I'm fucking basically bulletproof. And all those drill sergeants, they're fucking old. And
it's all psychological.
It is.
Games.
But they're fucking with you, but you're like, wait a minute. And after you've been in basic for about 6 weeks, you start getting into your ability to really run.
Yeah.
So we'd go out in these 5-mile runs for the drill sergeants, and the platoon guide, he's like the one guy that they put in charge when the drill sergeants aren't around. He would say a code word, and we would just pick up the pace.
Yeah.
So
if you could keep up with this motherfucker,
and you're like, hey, slow it down. We don't do shit. Hey, slow it down. Where? They're all fucking back there. And then we have somebody come out and start singing cadence. Left, right. Keep going. Fuck those guys. We get done. They smoked the dog shit out of us, but you could tell they respected us.
That's good.
Because we knew the game.
Yeah, mutual respect, builds camaraderie. So,
yeah.
How about you, Sarge? What's the funniest DI story you've got?
Man, so I don't know. I think Pop probably remembers the old Weaponeer. You remember the old fucking...
I hated that fucking thing.
Okay, so the Weaponeer, they've got like an M16 hooked up to a broom handle. It's like the old-fashioned air bowling fucking thing, right? It looks like that, right? And it's so you can practice shooting without wasting real ammo, and you do that before you do live fire. So I'm shooting like shit at the Weaponeer.
Uh-huh.
And my drill sergeant fucking hated me because he was racist. He was a spastic little brother from Tennessee, infantry guy, and he was just a fucking thug.
So
but anyway, there was another drill sergeant in my company, and he was this big fucking Mick. And so my fucking cousin over here, nah, man, he's not looking out for his pasty distant relative. This motherfucker closes the door and stands with his back against it and his arms folded. And this motherfucker is like 6'4", man. I'm telling you, he was a big fucking Mick. And he fucking says to my drill sergeant, I think this private needs some motivation. And I'm like, fuck, man, I don't know what that means, but it doesn't sound fucking good. So,
no, it's not.
My fucking drill sergeant gives me a legit wall-to-wall session. This is 1988, okay? Right. And they weren't technically allowed to touch you, but whatever. It's all part of the experience. So this guy, he's fucking shaking the shit out of me, bouncing me up against the wall. Then he sticks his fucking finger up my fucking nose and smears snot on my fucking glasses. I'm like, what in the fuck was that, man?
What just happened?
And then they just say, get the fuck out of here. And I'm like, I'm thinking, good. I thought the guy was like actually going to beat the shit out of me or try or something, And even if his little spaz ass couldn't, his fucking big backup bouncer man here fucking could. So I was like, I'm fucked, man.
Of course, there's somebody in the chat going, my private needs some motivation.
Crazy. Yeah. Slam him up against the wall. Choke him. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Get that pecker snot on your glasses. Just be careful, man.
Pecker snot. I got to write that down.
Please write that down. Pecker snot. Oh yeah, baby, how you like the taste of that pecker snot? Oh, I don't even want this anymore.
hey, here's a safety thing. I know at the end you do the big safety brief, but just a little PS side note for guys. When you beat off, wear your fucking eye pro in case you have a misfire.
Yeah,
that does happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoot your eye out.
Well, yeah, because when you're doing that, it's kind of like when you're pissing first thing in the morning. You get sleep in your eyes, you get sleep in your urethra. Like, you can aim it as carefully as you can put a laser sight on that motherfucker. It's not going where you point.
Did you ever get caught? Did you ever get caught beating off?
No.
I got caught by a cadre at selection.
I got caught on top of a naked chick.
No, that happened. My grandma caught me. That's another story.
Oh, my mom was ridiculous.
I'm literally going through SFAS selection. It's like it used to be a 21, 23 day long grueling beatdown. I'm like 10 days in, and I'm in there like doing my thing.
What the fuck?
And all of a sudden I see a cadre come over the top like he thought I was sleeping. He's like, carry on.
And you're
then,
like,
and then like a couple hours later, I'm in formation, and I can hear him like, that's a guy we caught beating off. Like, no sleep, no food, still wants to beat off. The guys are fucking tight. He's a tight and a bum man. And I'm like, dude, why you got to make this weird? They fucking respected me. They're like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy?
beatings of all directions are so fascinating, aren't they?
Shit,
Beating
man.
off, beating on, beating down, beating up.
What the fuck, Pop? I thought selection was like physically grueling. How do you even have the energy to have fucking wood, man? What are you doing?
Because
over
erection rhymes with selection.
Yeah, no, listen,
Damn.
listen, when I was younger, I was slinging sleep like an old bird feeder. Shit was working at 120%.
Okay, yeah, I get that. Yeah, like in your early 20s, you have morning wood 23 hours a day.
Yes. Yes.
But
You're not wrong.
selection should have taken that fucking energy right out of your cock, man.
No, it didn't touch me.
Incorrect.
Yeah. In fact, it didn't, in Ranger school, it didn't even really fuck me up. And I lost like 30 fucking pounds. And there was a couple times like, anybody looking?
Oh God!
It didn't take place, but
how much your fucking loads weigh, man?
I'm just saying, bro. I was
Fucking guy had balls this big, and then they shrank down after he beat off 50 times.
Listen, I'm a retired philanderer who knew how to use his equipment to the absolute extent of its ability. That's all I can say.
Oh, I got you, man. You're just trying to do the functions check and keep
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, weapons.
Even
check.
during the dry spell, you have to keep it moving.
Yeah.
You never. I mean, they tell you not to leave a round in the chamber.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Never go out with a round in the chamber. But at 55, I don't even care anymore.
Going out with a loaded gun isn't good.
Like literally, I was at the supermarket a couple weeks ago, and I kept walking by this one lady. You know how you go down the aisles and yeah. So like on the third time, she's like giving me the look, and I'm like,
Oh,
she
boy.
had nice cans.
Ah,
She was not heavy or anything, and I'm like, yeah.
yeah,
Now I'm done.
yeah,
I'm retired.
yeah.
Listen, I've had women like, so what do you think of me? I'm like,
Yeah.
and they just get all upset.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporters Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the Meat Gazer box.